Welcome to this week's edition of Biloxi A to Z. This is for Friday, October 15th, 2021. We have some huge numbers to talk about today. Operation Clean Sweep has ended, but the city beautification efforts continue. We'll give you the latest on that, along with a look at road repairs in West Biloxi. You'll be able to get up close and personal with the Biloxi Police Department this weekend in a good way. We'll have your preview of a community gathering, along with a look at the upcoming cemetery tours. We'll tell you where things stand with COVID-19, and finally, we'll leave you on the beachfront at the old Fox Pier in West Biloxi. And today, we'll tell you all about it with numbers. We begin with Cruising the Coast. It was a record-breaking 25th anniversary for sure. Cruising ended up with 9,496 registered vehicles, shattering all records and keeping local roadways busy throughout the 10-day run of the event. Police reported about 90,000 vehicles were associated with Cruising the Coast on Highway 90. Traffic was heavy and slow-moving throughout the weekend, but police never had to reduce to one lane. But it was busy in hotel rooms as well. Linda Hornsby, our local tourism authority, reports that the occupancy level during the event averaged 86.2%. That's the highest number for cruising in a few years. Here's a look back at 2019, 2018, all the way back to 2017. And Linda points out that the 86.2% figure was an event-long average. During the week, occupancy averaged 82.8%, and it jumped to almost 95% for the weekend. Police were busy too, handling 434 calls for service, which included more than 150 traffic citations. Speaking of police, this brings us to another number. The city now has 35 registered golf carts. If you haven't registered yet, see this link online. Police have also written 4 traffic tickets involving golf carts. Biloxi had a big announcement this week, and it was predictable given the year we've seen in gaming. Biloxi's 8 casinos generated $1.02 billion in gross gaming revenue in fiscal year 2021. That runs from October 1st of 2020 to just the other day, September 30th, 2021. It was the largest fiscal year figure in the 29-year history of legalized gaming in Biloxi. And what is gross gaming revenue? That's the amount the casinos pay taxes on. The previous record was $1.006 billion back in 2007. The highlight of this fiscal year 2021 was April, when the city reported a record-shattering gross gaming revenue figure of over $111 million for 1 month. And of course, this record amount of revenue means record taxes are being paid as well. The $1.02 billion translates into over $123 million in gaming taxes paid. And you ask, where does all that money go? Well, as Mayor Gillich has said more than once, the state booked a winner when it legalized gaming. Of the $123 million in gaming taxes the Biloxi casinos paid last year, the state of Mississippi's share was over $80 million. A total of nearly $23 million, about a third of the city's annual operating budget, went to the city of Biloxi. County of Harrison, $9.5 million. Biloxi Public Schools received $6.53 million in the past year from Biloxi casinos. And county schools, $3.26 million in the past year. You can see where every penny of gaming money went from day one, right here on the city's website. Turning now to Operation Clean Sweep. The operation is over, but the work continues. Chief Administrative Officer Mike Leonard says that 76 truckloads of tree limbs and other debris, accounting for more than 3,700 cubic yards of debris, that was all picked up during the 12-day sweep of the city. The city will continue to supplement regular debris removal by Pelican Waste with city workers. Leonard said that any resident with storm debris that was not picked up should call the Public Works Department, 228-435-6271. Ask that your address be put on the trash pickup list. City contractors tackled a monster of a pothole this week over on Rodenberg, just north of Pass Road. About 7 feet below ground, workers were able to repair a break in a 1-inch water line that was coming off an 8-inch water main. By the end of the day, workers were covering up the worksite and paving trucks will be on the scene next week. You can also see progress being made down at the public parking area south of the Biloxi Lighthouse. The big news about the project is this. It will increase the number of parking spaces from 78 to 182, which includes 12 handicap spots. The work will move the old Biloxi tour train from adjacent to Highway 90 to adjacent to the beach. And there's also a 60-foot flagpole in the works for the site. All the work is scheduled to be completed in early November. And this brings us to Fred Hayes, whose likeness will dominate this area south of the lighthouse. For 2 years now, going back to the 50th anniversary of Apollo 13, the city of Biloxi, Mississippi Power, and the state of Mississippi have been trying to honor Biloxi's most famous citizen, our own Fred Hayes. Events have been delayed and postponed for all sorts of reasons. The challenges have been reminiscent of the life or death struggle of the original Apollo 13. The last date was November 14th, Fred's birthday, but Fred has agreed to push back the date to a more significant one in Biloxi's history. Mark down this date, February 13th, 2022. That is the date for the unveiling of the Fred Hayes statue, which also happens to be the anniversary of Biloxi's founding on February 13th, 1699. And it's the anniversary of the dedication of the statue of D'Iberville, our original explorer. That was on February 13th of 1999 during our tricentennial year. So please, fans of Fred Hayes, fans of Biloxi history, mark the date, February 13th, 2022. And of course, don't forget the time, 1313. We'll have your weekend preview and a moment of Zen in a moment, but first this. Now for the latest on the coronavirus. As of Thursday, October 14th, the Health Department reports more than 500 new cases of the virus statewide in one 24-hour period. The state also reported 7 deaths in that same 24-hour period. In Harrison County, 63 new COVID-19 cases were reported on Thursday, but no new deaths. Overall, more than 497,000 cases of the virus have been reported throughout the state of Mississippi since this pandemic began 19 months ago. Statewide, more than 9,900 Mississippians have lost their lives because of COVID-19. In Harrison County, we've had more than 34,000 cases of the virus reported, with 503 deaths ever since this pandemic began. At the hospitals, we're continuing to see a downward trend of COVID hospitalizations, but people are still being admitted with the virus. As of Tuesday, October 12th, more than 300 people were in Mississippi hospitals with COVID-19. 119 of those were in intensive care units. Along the coast, 28 people were hospitalized with the virus, and 15 of those were in intensive care units. As for Mississippi's low vaccination rate, as of Thursday, October 14th, 42% of the population is fully vaccinated. As for Harrison County, still only 39% of residents are reported as fully vaccinated, according to the Health Department. Memorial Hospital has a COVID-19 walk-in vaccine clinic in Biloxi at 189C Walmart Lane in West Biloxi. The clinic is open weekdays from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Appointments are encouraged. For more information, visit online at wearememorial.com or call 228-867-5000. For more information about vaccinations, links to appointments, and safety protocols, visit the city's website at biloxi.ms.us, or you may call the Mississippi COVID-19 hotline at 877-978-6453. That's where you can schedule your COVID-19 vaccination. Rain is expected Friday night. Otherwise, the weekend weather will be nice. Highs will be in the mid-70s with lows in the 50s. Enjoy. The cool mornings and evenings remind us that it's fall, and that means pumpkin time. Over at the Episcopal Church of the Redeemer on Pops Ferry Road, there will be a craft show on Saturday from 9 to 3. There will be vendors and a pumpkin patch. The annual patch, by the way, has been a tradition for nearly 3 decades. It's open until all pumpkins are gone, so check it out and pick up your next jack-o'-lantern. For more information, call 228-324-1436. Also on Saturday, the Biloxi Police Department will hold its annual Biloxi Community Festival Against Crime. It takes place from 10 until 2 on Saturday at Point Cadet Plaza. The event is free and will feature demonstrations, food, games, and more. This is your chance to meet Biloxi police officers in a stress-free, fun environment, and you can learn more about your police department. And yes, the Biloxi Fire Department also will be in attendance. One of Beauvoir's biggest events of the year, the annual Fall Muster, takes place at the Jefferson Davis home on Saturday and Sunday from 9 until 5. The fall event will feature a campground and battle reenactments, a church service, cemetery tours, and a memorial ceremony. General admission tickets range from $7.50 to $12.50, free for children 5 and younger. For more information, please visit online at visitbeauvoir.org. On Sunday, you'll find the 15th annual Biloxi Cemetery Tour. It takes place at the Old Biloxi City Cemetery. The self-guided tours feature continuously performed reenactments with 11 characters from Biloxi's past. If you miss it on Sunday, you can go back on Tuesday from 5 until 7 for the encore performance. This year's theme is Family Legends and Lore 2. Stories are from Biloxi's families honoring their ancestors. Admission is free, but donations are welcome. For more information, call Biloxi Main Street at 228-435-6339. You can see a story about the event here on the city's website. For other happenings, check out the Biloxi Community Calendar on the city's website and in the October edition of B News Monthly. We leave you today with a moment of zen. It's on West Beach at the old Fox Pier, where the birds were enjoying the warm sun and the cool breezes. We'll see you here again next week.